talk about myself.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the rites of passage with the final three. We're kind of going to go one by one. Each get to say a little bit something about their fallen comrades. All right, so Kevin, go ahead.
All right, so your first person is Derek.
Derek. All
I
right,
could
this is
talk.
your first
I
person about Derek. Go ahead. Yeah.
I was gonna say I could probably talk about Derek. Derek didn't show up, so might as well have made a milk carton. Love you, Derek, but where were you? He was on he was on my truck. Okay, there's a little funny story I'll have to explain later about the milk carton thing. Anyway, yeah, that's all I can say. I didn't know him at all. Evidently he was Jay's friend or something that was brought into the game, but just didn't show up. So that's all I can say.
And was at a bar when he was getting voted out. So,
I mean, it made an easy first round.
All right. Anyone else have anything to say about Derek?
I like his shoes.
I was gonna say I like his shirt.
They match. His shirt and his shoes match. You can coordinate.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on. Who's the next person, Jay?
next up we have Blake.
Oh Lord, he loved cock rings. We had a whole conversation about it. I really liked Blake. I watched him on Real Foot, and our conversations were really good. I thought that if he had been able to be around more, then he would have gone a lot further in the game because he was very smart and he was very likable and he was just funny. He was a nice guy to talk to. I appreciated him, even though he wanted to snatch my wig. I liked him.
I was about to say, didn't you get your vote that round?
Yeah, he gave me my vote.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know Blake, but yeah, I've watched him play, so I know he's really good at these games. So I'd love to play with him one time. So, but yeah, I don't know at all.
I have played with him previously. I've had a similar experience, but I was kind of hoping like this game it'd be neat to meet up, but sadly that didn't happen. So sorry, Blake.
All right. Next
up is
person.
Tyler.
Someone else said you all have something to say about. Oh wait, it's still only going to be one person who's going to have something to say.
Oh, Tyler. Yeah. Okay, so again, Tyler was an easier vote, much like not as easy. I mean, Derek self-voted, so he was the only one that self-voted this season. With Tyler,
technically
actually,
not.
No, that is not true. That is not true. Amy was one that did too.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah, well, we'll have to talk about that one. Well, when we get to Amy, we'll talk about that. But Tyler didn't talk to people, and so it made it really easy that round to vote out. I do wish he had been a little bit better because he was very helpful in that puzzle relay, but yeah, it was again, it was a no-brainer on that one.
All right. Anyone else thoughts on Tyler?
I know Tyler. He's awesome. Tyler's a great dude. So no hard feelings there. I wish I got to play with him again. I played with him lots. So.
Yeah, you told me you were like, why'd you vote out Tyler? And I was like, because he wasn't there.
Yeah, he's usually pretty inactive.
All right. Well, speaking of voting out, let's go to someone that nobody voted out. Who's next, Jay?
Shelly.
Mm-hmm.
The Aussie.
Dude, that was crazy. Go ahead, Lane.
She's from my original tribe. I got to talk to her a little bit. She's super nice. Like, she tells you all these cool stories about her Australian trips, which were awesome. But she was also really inactive. So I know she was going through a lot. So that's probably why she left. And
that's a bummer.
Yeah. So all the best wishes to her.
I like her shoes.
All right.
Wait, what shoes? I can't really. Oh, okay.
Never
mind.
All right. Well, let's see if the next person here you have more to say about than just their shoes. Jay, who's next?
Danny.
Oh yes, Lane. We can both talk about this one.
I think all of you have something to say. Yeah.
Everyone.
It's the first time.
This guy.
Oh, that round. Oh, that was so good. Lane, do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. Oh, sweet Danny. I love Danny. He's a great guy, but him and I always go after each other in these games. So for the first time in ever, I got him. So that was awesome. And I was gonna say I love his shoes, but I can't even see them. I like his socks.
That's it. That's gonna be like a theme. I like no, the Danny vote. Danny was trying to go after Jesse that round and was trying to leave me out of it. And if it wasn't for and Lane and Julia like let me know because we had a three chat called Jinkies and they let me know, hey, and I guess Jesse as well, although Jesse wasn't really there much. But he had just come back from exile, and immediately I think they were trying to leave me out, which was pointless. If Danny had talked game and said, "Hey, this is the reasons why," I could have been open to it. But Jesse had already told me about his 50-50 coin, so I was like, "Oh, he ain't going anywhere." But anyway,
I
had to get
love
Danny before I got Jesse.
I love Danny. That's my sister. Like, if I could have played the game the whole way with somebody, it'd have been Danny. Like we've played together one time before, and that's when we first met each other. And they literally backdoored me and Big Brother, and he was the only one that didn't vote me out. So I really appreciate Danny, and he's just always been a good friend to me.
He's a little sneaky though that round.
He could have got that wig.
Still love Danny to death. I do. If he had it just clued me in. I was like, oh no, this ain't gonna happen. And plus, Jesse was from my OG tribe, and I was, yeah, we'll talk about that.
All right. Anything else to say about Danny? All right. Who's the next person, Jay? Our second casualty of the double.
Yes, Aston. Just a reminder: Aston uses they them pronouns.
Yes.
Oh, Kevin, what'd you do?
I zoomed in too much.
I feel bad that Aston was going through the things that they were. They seemed really upset in the message that we got, and I just hope that whatever's going on got better.
Yeah, Aston is super nice. I got to talk to her. I know she's the teacher for the little ones. Oh, sorry, they are a teacher for the little ones, and that was super awesome to talk to them about. So
yeah, Aston was someone I didn't know previously, so I would have liked to meet them in this game. And it does suck that they had situations and was the second count. But you know what? We're gonna see them. Well, hopefully, they're on the jury. So Danny just barely missed out on the jury. Aston's in, so I'll be looking forward to seeing if Aston's got anything to say and what questions they have.
All right. Anything else on Aston? All right. We go to the jury, Jay. Who's next?
Oh, the second juror, Dustin.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, so Dustin. Okay, so when this game started and I was on that original tribe with Dustin, he was like, "Oh, you're my number. I want you to be my number one. I want to work with you." Blah 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 blah. So we had a duo chat named Hydra, or no, something Hide Runners or whatever. So Dustin and I were pretty close, like in the beginning. However, yeah, some things, it kind of changed when he got swapped away. Loved Dustin to death, but we had numerous calls, and I would be done with that call and be like, I really kind of want more than just, real life stuff. So, like, I love talking about people's real life. Don't get me wrong, but he was very long winded. That's all I'm gonna say. And we can talk more about the other things about him later, or AJ.
I really like Dustin from our chats. He cracked me up because he thought I actually played Cat's game, and he was like, "I saw you play Cups," and I was like, "I've never played Cat's game." He was like, "Yes, you have," and that's just like how our conversation started, and ever since then, like me and him always had a good chat, and he always kept it real with me. I honestly thought that he was gonna be in the game longer than he was in there, but I look forward to maybe playing with him again, hopefully soon, because he just seems like a cool guy. He's always busy with work though, so I understand that. I think kid's got like three jobs.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I really enjoyed Dustin the short time I got to play with him. Only one round, so we didn't get to talk too much. It sucks that he was a casualty of one of the moves of the game. So yeah.
All right. Anything else on Dustin?
More about
Okay.
that later.
All right, Jay, who's next?
Jesse.
No, Brandon.
Or Brandon, sorry.
How can we forget Brandon? Come on.
Oh, Brandon.
Somebody else go first.
He is a character for sure. I actually started this game out on the try with him and an alliance right off the hop with him and Julia. Luckily, I never had to go to tribal with him in that stage because I don't know how loyal he would have been. Yeah, he's different. He's he's very nice in his own manner, I guess. And he may come across aggressive, but other than that, he's a good dude.
I think that, like, when it comes to these games, that he just still has a lot to learn. I think that he'll be good at these games. I think that he's a good person. I just think that, like, he lets the paranoia get to him, and you can't be so strong with people at the beginning, because it makes people be like, what? But I did have good conversations with him, and we've had a rocky history, and I was trying to, like, smooth things over with him this season, but as you can tell, it did not work. But no, I think that the more he plays, the better he'll get. And let's not forget his advantage play was fucking bomb, so we can't forget that. I'll give him his little snap right there.
Brandon's an interesting one. As AJ put it so perfectly, he has a hard on for me apparently. He he it became a thing with him. I had to get him before he got me kind of deal because he thinks I hate him. I don't Brandon, I don't hate you. If you see this later, I don't hate you. I've never hated you. Yeah, where our games what?
I said she does. I'm just kidding.
I really don't. Like our games didn't align this game and we met too late and it just became one of those situations where like I wasn't going to, make a promise to somebody that I couldn't keep at that stage because I was already in with other people by the time that we came together. And yeah, your advantage play was bomb. If I had, thought you had it, I probably would have tried to steal it from you. But anyway, so, but like AJ said, I think you could be better. I think there's, you know, and what was it, Lane? Like the paranoia stuff, probably need to work on a little bit. But you're a good guy.
Like, I think he'll do good, and I think that he has gotten better since the first time we played together. So I think he's doing good.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else about Brandon?
Mm-mm.
All right. Now, Jay, who is it?
Jesse.
Yes, now it's Jesse.
The only other one from North Carolina, Jesse and I had a duo chat from the beginning called NC Alliance, and he was the only one from North Carolina other than me. We had really good conversations. The problem was he didn't have good conversations with other people. So, but that vote really pissed me off to be left out of that vote when he went home. I was really irritated about that. So,
Oh.
rip Jesse. Y'all suck for getting him out. Just kidding.
I really liked Jesse. It's just the problem is that, like, Jesse was obviously closer to other people than me, and he would talk to me, but it'd be like, "Are we good?" And that'd be it. So, like, I knew that going forward in this game and keeping him further in this game would not benefit me. It would only benefit the people that he was talking game to, and I know that he was talking game to other people except for me. So I wish he would have been around to talk more, but I mean, he couldn't help his job. You know what I mean? His job comes first, real life comes first. I think he's a great person, and from our talks and stuff, he was a funny guy, and he seemed really loyal. So I appreciate him and wish that the circumstances were different and that it was at a different time that he could have been more active because he was a good guy.
Yeah, Jesse was awesome. I got to meet him on this first tribe swap. Like AJ said, he was super busy with work. The fires were going, so can't blame him for that. Unfortunately, the vote that he went home, I had to. Kat doesn't even know this. I had to put a vote on him to pin it on Julia for a move.
Lane, little
So
asshole.
yeah,
Devils.
well, I needed Julia out, so
You little asshole. That entire time you blamed it. I hate you so much
I
for
know
that.
it worked really well.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
unfortunately, he had to go, and yeah, that sucked because I did want him for a number. I didn't think he was gonna go, but I just knew I could pin that on Julia because she was campaigning pretty hard the couple rounds before to get him out.
Mm-mm. Wow. And here I thought you told me everything, Lane.
I had to have a couple secrets.
Mm-hmm. No, Jesse was definitely loyal to me, so that hurt me big time.
All right. Anything else on Jesse while we process this very startling revelation, if your name is Kat, especially?
I swear to God, I'm gonna eat you alive at Final Travel.
I'm dead.
All right. Jay, who's next?
Speaking of Julia, it's Julia.
I love Julia. Our conversations and everything were so cool. Like I thought that honestly, like I thought she was gonna be like one of the people to beat in this game, just because her personality, the way she made like when I talked to her, I felt at home. Like I just felt like it was natural. The only thing that got Julia was because she tried to do that with like she was so good socially, and I do the same thing. Like she's so good socially that she ends up hurting people, but also she was telling people too many of the same things. Like you can't tell everyone, okay, this chat's between you and then tell everybody else. And at the end of the day, I think that's what got Julia voted out. If Julia had played her cards differently in that aspect and not tried to work so much with everyone, but have picked just a certain group, which that just meant she was social with everyone. Everyone liked her. But when you're social like that and everyone likes you, you can't try to work with everyone because everyone does talk. And at that stage of the game, anybody was looking for a reason to vote someone out. And because she was telling about different advantages and things, her name was getting traction. And that is what ultimately got her voted out. But I think that she was one of the top people in this game, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. So Julia was like one of my first bonds in this game. Like we were playing together right from like day one. And then yeah, merge happened and yeah, she was in everybody's ear and it completely sketched me out. So that's why I had to make that move in the round before. Um Besides that, she was awesome. We talked a lot. She was going through a lot during the game too. So but she was active, really active. So it was really fun to play with her. I'd love to play with her again.
No, I feel like I got along really well with Julia. The only thing that came up with me was and now I'm gonna question everything because Lane like had me believing Julia did that vote and it was him all along. So now I'm like wondering, is it really true? Did she really leak my idol?
Oh, it wasn't me, so
I know. Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't you, but
Who
uh
knows?
I
I
huh?
didn't think anyone should.
Who knows who leaked it?
What'd you say?
I don't know who leaked it.
Was it you,
It was you,
AJ?
wasn't it?
No, I didn't leak it to Gigi.
Gigi told me it was her. So
I
that
didn't
was
tell Gigi.
huh?
I didn't tell Gigi.
No, I mean Gigi told me it was Julia.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't tell Gianna about the idol.
Who'd
So
you
I don't know
tell?
how she know.
Um, I feel like Julia. I don't know. I feel like I could have worked well with her and wish things had worked out.
All right. Anything else on Julia? All right, who's our next person, Jay?
Megan.
Oh, my baby. I love Megan. We played together one time before in QC, so she kind of. I knew she's gonna come for my wig at some point in the game, but I really would have went further in the game with her if she'd have just acted right. But of course, she tried to come for my wig, so I had to snatch hers. But I Megan is awesome to talk to. You're always gonna know how she feels. She's a straight up blunt person, and you can tell her your opinion. But if she has a different one, boy, you better sit there and listen because she's gonna tell you no matter what.
Wayne, Cat, thoughts on Megan?
Sorry.
I'm stoned over here laughing like,
Whoops. Yeah, Megan and I started on the same tribe. Her and I didn't talk game at all until her vote out. It was the first time she talked game with me, so we didn't really have a game relationship. I would love to play with her again one day and maybe build a relationship that way.
She and I had a lot of good talks. She did want to go after AJ. She came to me with that. She wanted to go after Gigi. She came to me with that. She told me about her advantage, but I already knew about her advantage because two different people had told me one is sitting here, one is on the jury. Um, but I did keep a promise to her about not using my elixir on her after, I already knew about her advantage, and I promised her that I wouldn't, and I kept that promise, and I'm very proud of keeping that promise. But love you, Megan. We had some good chats.
Okay. Anything else on Megan? All right, Jay, who's next?
Next up, we have Amy.
Amy, yes.
Amy.
I really liked Amy's vibe, and like I know Amy wasn't able to be around just because of stuff going on in her life as much, but even the times I've talked to her, or like even at travel or things, like when it came to like being able to speak and like just seeming sincere and like someone's true self, like that was Amy. Like I could always tell how Amy was feeling, and even before the boat out, like just talking to her, like I can just tell she's a great person and is there for her family, and I really like could see myself being friends with Amy outside of the game and always like checking up on her and stuff just because she seems very genuine.
I agree, Heather. Yeah. Yeah, Amy's awesome. She's very high energy. She's awesome to talk to. I want to go bowling at one of her bowling alleys one day. That would be sweet. But yeah, Amy was awesome to play with. I would love to play with her again too.
Same. I started with Amy, obviously. I had a chat with her and Dustin called ACDC. I wish that we could have stuck together the entire time, but unfortunately we were split up, and I think that's what kind of caused the distancing with me and them. And where, the swap tribe, I grew closer to Lane and Julia, so that was really tough. But Amy's great. It killed me when she got really emotional on that one tribal. Said she had a lot going on. So I hope that whatever was going on is better now. But yeah, Amy's somebody that I would have liked to talk more to. It was just hard to talk any amount of game with once it got to the merge and there were so many people. But she was a fighter though. I will say that.
All right. Anything else to say about Amy? All right, let's move on to our second victim of Live Night. Who is it, Jay?
Linz.
Oh, Lindsay, my A1 since day one. I started with her and we kind of played this game together the whole time, pretty much for the most part, trying to make sure we were good on the swap tribe. And I really could tell like how good of a player she was. I think that she plays orgs, but she's played on a different platform because she was having trouble with the whole Facebook. And honestly, looking back on my, oh, thank God she was having a little bit of trouble because once she kind of was getting the hang of it, I was like, dang, like she is a really good player, and she's a person that I could have honestly seen winning this season, just because she's extremely likable. She's she says what she means, and she's super loyal. So I could see Lynn's easily being one of the people, if they were here, that would win the whole game.
Yeah, anytime I talked to Lynn's, it was pretty decent. We just didn't really delve into the game talk as much. Except for, she'd always want to know what was going on with me, but our conversations were kind of limited. She was interesting to talk to. She was very fun to talk to. I just wish we could have, our it could have worked out for like more game talk and stuff because she was pretty cool. But
Yeah, the coffee queen. Yeah, I wish I got to play more the game with her, but we just talked more personal life stuff. So yeah, we didn't really start playing the game until Megan vote when AJ brought her in. So yeah, and she was the first person to vote for me. Kind of started a tradition with the writing my name down.
All right. Any more thoughts on Lynn's? Okay. Down to the last two people. Who's the next person, Jay?
Darcy.
I love Darcy. She was on production for the first game I ever played, and I've never got to play with Darcy before. We grew super close in this game because we have a similar personalities, and so like we'd be like, "Bitch, nah, bitch," and we just talk about stuff. And I know that me voting her out hurt her. I could tell when she left. But honestly, I felt like if Darcy was at the end, that Darcy would have won this whole entire thing just because she was super likable. She was good at challenges, and she was present in the game. Like she was a force in the game, and just all in all, I think Darcy's just a really good person in general.
Yeah, I love Darcy. She was awesome to talk to. We did play the game together, so that was awesome. And yeah, she's scary movie fanatic. That scared me just talking about it sometimes with all the information she knows about it all.
yeah, Darcy was pretty cool. I really liked the meat pies chat that we had and the what was the other one? It was meat pie. Oh, it was Scissor Sisters and Lainey Todd. That's what it was. So we had a four chat with her, Lane, and myself and what, Julia? Was it Julia?
Gigi.
Gigi. And then the meat pies one, which was you, me, Julia, and her, I think, right?
Yeah, maybe those are backwards. I don't know.
I don't know. I've got it written down somewhere. Anyway, I really do like Darcy. I wish we could have talked more. I did want her further in the game. I mean, whereas Julia did not. I felt like Darcy was great. I just wish, I do wish we could have been closer. And had it not been for my promise with Lane and AJ, like I think, I could have easily gone to the end with her and Gigi if, they wanted to. So
Hey, any more thoughts on Darcy? All right, let's get to the last person, Jay, the most recent person that you guys took out. And who is it?
GG.
A queen.
Miss Gigi, baby. I have met Gianna in person, and we have hung out, and I will say that she is exactly what you see online. She is just a genuinely good person, upbeat, fun to be around. She keeps it 100. She's loyal, and I was really impressed with her immunity wins, how long she did the endurance, and every time I see Gianna play, she always gets better, and she always, like she says, she needs to work on her confidence because she is a good player, and she has everything she needs to win, and that's why ultimately I feel like we all agreed to vote her is because I feel like if she'd have been at the end, she'd have had just as good a shot. I feel like as Darcy to win.
I agree.
yeah, I grew pretty close to Gigi in this game. She was somebody else that was particularly hard for me because I do feel like Gigi deserved a spot in the finals. And I I found out, we have a lot of things in common, and we had a couple phone calls. We played this game, fairly close. She was always honest with me, which I appreciated. And yeah, it was that vote was pretty hard, but I knew, it had to happen. So much love, Gigi.
Yeah, Queen Gigi. Absolutely love Gigi. Her and I didn't really play the game too much, like talkative wise. We were just in group chats together this season. But previously we have played together. I love working with Gigi. Her and I have had a good relationship in the past, and I just love Gigi. She's awesome. Queen Gigi.
All right. And with that, that's everybody.
Yeah. And if y'all want, just lift spirits, y'all want to talk about each other. I know I've done this in an org before, and other orgs do it, but up to y'all. I want to say nice things before the heat tomorrow.
I love you guys.
Love you guys.
Can we get drunk tomorrow?
Mm,
Okay, I got so drunk last night.
I was drunk last night. Yes, I passed the heck out. I dipped into my fireball a little early. Yeah,
How much you got left?
I mean,
I need to see the bottle, Kat. Show us the
it's
bottle.
in the living room.
That means
There's
there's
like
nothing
that much.
left. There's nothing left in the bottle.
Here, let
No,
me
no,
show you.
no.
She
There
sent me a
is.
picture.
There is. I
Send
have.
me a picture. I need to see a picture. I bet you there's gonna be a drop.
No, there's not. Shush.
There's this much left. I got a shot for Fireball tomorrow, guys. Drink the rest.
It's like
Okay, I see exactly how much I thought it was, Lane.
yeah, like this much.
Wait, no, it's not.
Look,
No, that's like a good 3-4 shots.
it's like this much.
Uh,
Okay. Damn, Cat.
yep.
You're gonna have to go get you another bottle, baby.
Yeah. Okay. I seriously though, I do love you guys. And I'm glad that we made the end together. But I think we all have different things to say. I will say this. I don't want to be underestimated, so I'm gonna go in there, get the blazing.
Respect. I think we all
Yeah.
feel that way. So I love you all.
Yeah.
You're the best one.
Recording.